the mid-13th century, the Mongol Empire spanned across all of Asia, connecting the enormous Eurasian landmass with its four khanates, the Chagatai Khanate in Central Asia, the Yuan dynasty in China, the Golden Horde in Russia, and the Ilkhanate in the Middle East and Persia.
Under the Pax Mongolica, the Mongol Age, they revived the Silk Roads and facilitated trade throughout and beyond their gigantic empire. Though this restoration was highly beneficial by spreading goods and ideas, it also spread death.
That's kind of morbid.
But true.
Alrighty then, here we go, into the world of Mongol annihilation, caused by none other than the plague!
The pain is unbearable!
The bubonic plague, or Black Death, was caused by the bacteria Yersinia pestis. This bacteria was found in fleas and rats that carried and spread it throughout Eurasia, slaughtering somewhere between 100 and 200 million people throughout said area.
I guess I shouldn't have kissed that rat last night.
When the Mongols conquered China, they interrupted the migration patterns of local rats that had been carrying a dormant version of the plague, thus setting off this terrible pandemic, and carrying it with them as they expanded their empire to be the largest the world had ever known. Mwahaha.
I'm dang Mongols, now I'm gonna die. That's not fair, man.
We want our city back!
Kaffa was a large Italian port located on the Black Sea, no relation to the Black Death, in present-day Crimea that the Mongols and Italians were fighting over.
We want Kaffa! Go!
The Italians had already fought and killed 15,000 Mongols the year before, and the Mongols would not accept defeat.
You killed my uncle, my nephew's uncle, my uncle's nephew. You Italians are going down. You're yelling timber.
They decided to try and blockade the city, but this also failed. Facing despair, the Mongols had also lost many men to none other than dun dun dun, the plague. They knew how deadly it could be, and the smell of rotting corpses was wretched enough to make any man hurl. So suddenly an idea arose.
What if we flung our dead friends over the wall? That sounds like a right jolly idea. Yeah!
And thus, biological warfare was introduced for the first time in the history of the world. By catapulting infected corpses over Kaffa's walls, the Mongols were able to trap the Italians in the city and kill them with the disease, even though some historians argue that this was not intentional or even definitely true, although much evidence supports it.
It is believed that Italians fleeing from Kaffa and the Mongols carried the Black Plague to Europe in ships, first introducing it to that area, causing the worst pandemic in human history, and the more well-known Eurocentric story of it.
Not only did the plague kill thousands of civilians in the city of Kaffa, but it killed me in Europe, thanks to those blasted Mongols.
Were the Mongols really that bad, though? They were determined, strong, and persevering, and stopped at nothing to achieve their goals of world domination, even though they failed. And, in some ways, serve a model for us all to follow.
You know, minus the whole slaughtering entire cities thing, and spreading the plague, and killing any and everything in their path.
Yeah, but they increased trade over the Silk Road, had a sweet mail service, started using gunpowder for cannons and bombs, used super swagalicious body-flinging catapults, and invented biological warfare.
Which, may I remind you, spread the plague.
Stop dwelling in the past, Caitlin. Let it go.
The plague killed me.
Maybe you shouldn't have kissed that rat.
Oh yeah, so are the Mongols good or bad?
They might have killed lots of people and can be blamed for the plague, but that very plague can be tied to the resurgence of Europe in the Renaissance, which shaped the world we live in today.
Flinging contagious corpses over city walls might be a thing of the past, but biological warfare is still a major factor in modern wars as well.
It's up to you, kids, to form your own idea about the Mongols' reputation, and hopefully you won't die of bubonic plague.